Be the right club. Be the right club today. Yes!
Johnny, that's better than most.
How about in?
That is better than most. Better than most.
Expect anything different?
At Tron Carter NLU, the great man P is inevitable. I'll just leave it at that.
We will not leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the No Laying Up podcast presented by our friends at Titleist. Solid here. We are coming to you live in person here at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. To my left, Mr. TC. Hello, TC.
Greetings, Solly. Smooth day in the friendly skies, if I must say so myself.
It was a nice day. Thank you for getting an ad in for somebody that's not our presenting sponsor right off the top. DJ Pie is here on the couch as well. Hello, Pie Man.
Hello, Solly. Great to be here, man. The golf is good. The weather's good. The company's good. I'm pumped up, ready to go.
We apologize. We did not catch any of the first half or any halftime shows as we've been dealing with technology issues here, which we figured out.
Missed all the halftime shows.
We're gonna miss the entire game.
If you have two halftime shows, you're there for one.
Guys, listen, playing the right golf ball for your game is so important. If you're not, you're leaving shots on the table. It is that simple. That's why Titleist, the number one ball in golf, offers 3 tour-proven golf ball models to fit distinct flight, spin, and feel performance needs. The Pro V1 that's my option. That's my choice. It is going to deliver low long game spin, maximum short game spin, a penetrating ball flight, and very soft feel. That checks all the boxes for me. I don't want a high spin ball. TC plays that. I didn't want to play that ball until I found out that TC played it. I need the soft feel. I don't want the firm feel. The Pro V1X, that's going to fly in a higher window. It's going to spin more on full swing. Mr. Big needs this a little bit more than some of us.
Behind the ones and twos.
Cody plays the Pro V1X. It's got a slightly firmer feel to it. Then there's Neil. He plays the brand new Pro V1X left dash that flies high like the Pro V1X, but with dramatically lower full swing spin and even firmer feel. It's also the fastest ball in the lineup. They're making me say this out loud. It's in the copy. Neil was touching 184 ball speed in his testing session with it. It hurt my ego a lot to see actually that up front. I knew he had 180 in him. I didn't know he had 184. It's just
fast.
Yeah. It's probably, I think I hurt myself since then reaching back for more. You owe it to yourself to find out what combination of flight, spin, and feel best fits your game. Go to Titleist.com to learn more. Guys, we have so much to talk about. One of the best PGA Tour events I feel like I've watched in years. I mean, it was up there this past weekend at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Chris Gotterup wins his 4th PGA Tour event, 2nd of the season.
Get him on the team.
We got P, of course, winning yet again. All sorts of whinging over on the LIV Golf Tour about world ranking points. Elvis Smylie won that event. We had James Nicklaus wins the Astara Golf Championship in Colombia with an eagle on the 72nd hole. Just a lot to react to from this past week. Where do you guys want to start?
Gotterup.
Yeah, got it.
Final round 64. He birdied 5 of the last 6 to shoot 64, and then he made that bomb in the playoff to not even give Hideki a look at it.
He did. He shot a final round 64. You mentioned it. The only hole he did not birdie out of those final 6 was the par 3 16th hole. He birdied from the right rough on 18 to get into that playoff. Hideki, I believe, hit 2 total fairways today. But he was somehow bogey free until playing the 18th hole.
Proper test.
And he did also drive it in the water in the playoff. If you happen to miss it, I guess this kind of started to bleed into the Super Bowl there at the very end. But incredible round of golf, honestly, from Hideki to get it that far.
Totally.
Like, it was exhilarating.
I mean, I know you're joking by saying proper test.
No,
it
was
a proper test, which made it electric to watch Hideki. I hate to start with Hideki. We'll get to Gotterup, but I had such a blast watching a guy who's trying to keep his car on the road in a test like that, where it's like, man, he's off the fairway on every hole. These greens are getting so firm. It truly was becoming like a real spin control test. Where's the ball landing? Where's it pitching? And he was holding on for dear life the whole time. And finally, it was like, we got to the playoff. It was like, dude, there's no chance that this ball is staying in the ballpark.
Before he hit it, we were all watching it together. Before he hit it, we're like, just aim at the grandstands on the right and try to bank it off that. Like, dude, just don't go left.
Pin.
All you can do is not go left.
It almost was like, I mean, he had driven it left in regulation over near the church pews. Shout out to Johnny Miller, JJ Spawn, folks like that.
2 phones.
And it was almost like he's so trying not to overcompensate that maybe he's doubly it was like he knows that I know that you think that I'm trying not to go left, and then he just went. Yeah, it was a triple cross, and it just went so much farther left. And Gotterup is your champion.
That's exactly how it goes for me when I get it going left. Everything I do to correct it just makes it go farther left. Like I have it all backwards. I enjoyed Trevor and Dottie. Like, first of all, Dottie was just like pointed out, like he just looked like he was squatting down lower. Like his posture was a little bit off. Trevor was talking about how he had a new shaft in play. Like it just felt like when you're watching a guy go off the rails a little bit live, like having somebody point out what they are seeing, like from TV, we can't tell what's going wrong. And just whether that was right or wrong, I just found that interesting of like something to watch. Like something is clearly way off with Hideki right now. And it made for great theater. I mean, anybody could have won this golf tournament today. Michael Thorbjornsen had an excellent chance to win. He had it all the way to 17 under par before he bogeyed both 16 and 17. He had some great quotes after that. When Nikolai Højgaard made a triple on the front nine and was one shot out of a playoff, number one player in the world, spotted everybody, the entire field, a bunch of shots by opening with 73. He missed the playoff by a shot. Akshay missed the playoff by a shot. It was just
Siwoo
Kim. Hovland was up there for a while. I mean, it was an awesome day.
It was really, really good. But Gotterup is, of course, the story. Final round 64, as you mentioned, obviously vaults to number 1 in the FedEx Cup. This is his 4th career win. He said he's got a signature tweet now that he sends. Like that's how often he's winning. He just sends the video and the number of wins he has with it. Like
great branding.
It really is.
Does God? I think I know my answer to this. Gotterup has it, right?
Yes, he wants the ball, which is why I wanted him on the Ryder Cup team. You didn't want him on the team.
Let's check the tape on that one. We can go back. I went back and looked. I was like, did I miss something with this? He had 2 good weeks in the summer, and he fell right off as soon as he got back home.
Solly, you were saying that he didn't play well in the playoffs. Well, it turns out that the Ryder Cup is an exhibition. It's not a playoff event. So
it's true. I think it's the age-old test of am I leaning closer to the TV when he's up on screen, and I'm there with him. I love watching him play golf. I love seeing his golf swing. I just love the whole deal, man. I'm in. I hope he wins 10 more times. It's a blast.
We pointed this out after he won Sony. Was like, all right, he's crushing everybody off the tee, making every putt he looks at. Like when the golf becomes like an approach play contest, and at this specific test at TPC Scottsdale around the green as well. Like, do you have that part of it? Iron play is not considered a strength of his. He was 3rd this week in strokes gained approach. So
again, it's tough test.
It's inconsistent. I would say it's a strength when it's a strength, but it's just inconsistent.
I mean everybody's iron play is good when it's good. Like, do you do it week in and week out? And like that has not been his strength to this point. But like he's 7th off the tee and 3rd with approach, and he had negative strokes gained putting this week and won,
dude.
Like, and again, and we'll get into some TPC Scottsdale stuff. With what makes this one like way bigger of a win, in my opinion, than the Sony is just the specifics of the test. And it felt like Sony, you could hit a bunch of mediocre wedges and he could still win that golf tournament relatively easy. And he did. And here there was not a margin for error. Like not only are you going to, marginal iron play is going to get a much stronger punishment, and you're going to need even better recovery in that spots. And he did both those things, both hit incredible approach play and scrambled when he needed to. Is 15 of 20 scrambling around some of the most difficult chips on tour, I think, like
especially this year, right? With the
so
little different overseed the guys were really struggling with. Yeah, man. I mean, you saw it with Thorbjornsen a little bit too, when you get under the pump last 5-6 holes, and I mean he makes the eagle on 15, and then he's just off on 16, and you're dead back there behind the green, really hard to get it up and down, and then 17 you overcook it a little bit. It can get off the rails fast. It's not like 35 unders winning out at Phoenix. I mean, it's kind of it just middles a lot of stuff that I am dying to see, I think, in a PGA Tour event. Like, I think that's pretty close to like what this is the type of shit I'm dying to see every week. This is what I'm about. Great field, great like recognizable golf holes, great conditions, real punishment. I mean, it was everything that I'm trying to see is what was on display today. On display today.
Sully, I don't want to front run any of the TPC Scottsdale.
We can do that now if you'd like to.
Like 17.
That's it.
I think that's the best 17th hole on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's start. Let's start at the.
We watched it in a bar today together. Like we all landed
Yeah.
in Monterey and went to a bar to go watch where actually the bartenders were betting on what was happening. I think maybe taking too many shots. We won't say what bar it was.
Yeah.
Our
Our bartender claimed to have the top 3 guys on the leaderboard all on his team. Yeah.
on his team, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was drunk. But the what I was going to say is about 17 was every time, and CBS did a great job of showing setting those moments up, but every time the ball is in the air, the whole bar truly, unlike Super Bowl Sunday, the whole bar is and it's the ball gets on the ground and you don't know if it's going to stay up, if it's going to hit the water. Siwoo Kim putted it off the green. That almost went in the water.
Hideki's almost went in the water.
But you asked that question too, TC. It was not a bad question of why is Hideki even coming close to the water there? It's you know why? Because that hole forces your hand. Go bail way right if you want to. You're hitting the approach shot at the water to this back right hole that's also cut off by that bunker.
My question was more, why is Hideki getting I think you take that line, but I think just take something that's 20, 25 yards short of the water on that same line.
But that's the Ricky thing, right? Is you try
There's the bunker.
There's the bunker there, and then you cover that bunker, and then you hit the down slope that kicks you way down there. It's just
there's
brilliant,
nowhere
well
to
designed
hide. There's nowhere to hide, and that as good as CBS has been at a lot of this, I still need to see lower cam stuff at this golf course because
they need a camera behind the green looking back at the tee that shows the slope of that.
That
green.
would show that mound that I'm just talking about. That's why it gets so far up there because it takes such a big bounce.
Because that's where not all of this stuff jumps off the page on television. Not everybody watches golf this way, but for as much as we talk about golf courses, I feel like TPC Scottsdale is as close to an all-encompassing thing of all of what I like about golf. So it's overseeded golf course, but it's firm as shit. The lack of humidity lets him get that golf course firm as shit, and it has just a downstream effect on every single shot.
And there's slope on the greens.
Tons of slope on the greens, and they're slippery and slidey. They're even when you put the pin front left on 16 on Saturday to have the aces, it's you miss a yard left of that hole going with the wrong spin, you're toast. You're gonna pay price. The line between birdie and bogey is really, really close out there. When you get out of position, you're gonna pay a price. I forget what hole this was on, but the Siwoo Kim was in the rough. I think it was on 10. I forget if that was today or yesterday, but he's in the left rough. And I was this guy, he has no shot to hold the green, none. And he lands on the very front of the green from the rough, and it goes all the way off the green in the back. And I watched so much of this golf tournament this week, and I would watch 4 more days of it. From Thursday onward, I watched as much as I possibly could. And I pose this question to you guys. And I want you to come with specific answers to this. On your course, how many courses, regular course on the PGA Tour, obviously no majors.
Do we consider the players?
That's a separate part of the agenda, which we will discuss. Where does TPC Scottsdale rank for you in terms of non-major tour courses to watch? Because it was surprising where I have this on the list.
Do you have it in the top 3?
I have it in the top 2.
Yeah.
So do you have it ahead of Pebble or?
Yes, it's only behind
Riviera?
Riv to me. It is number 2 behind Riv, and I've thought about it a lot, and I'm willing to be confident on that.
You could
to watch pro golf on.
If they shaved the bank down at TPC River Highlands,
that might get into the top 10. Yes,
I assume. Are you considering Sawgrass in this list?
I am, and
I think it's on par with Sawgrass for me. I think those two are up there. Riv, you could almost, man. This year will be an interesting one for Riv, where you could almost convince me what we watched today was more fun than some years at Riv.
Solly, I think if Sawgrass played at all like it's supposed to play,
that's exactly right.
It would look like this on steroids, and right now it looks like a diet version of this at TPC Scottsdale.
Well, it is it's not a snap of a fingers. If not to unwind the entire players' narrative and mission, but Players in May was a lot more interesting of a golf course to watch. And the green version, the overseed version, the March version they've never figured out how to get that firm, and they're nowhere close. In a humid environment, it's a lot more challenging than the desert where they don't have the humidity, and it's way easier to get that to play firm. But if you flip the conditions of the two, I think Sawgrass would be more interesting than Scottsdale. But for me, the firmness and how the consistency that this golf course plays at, even with imperfect weather, I know it was perfect this week, but that's what sets it apart, man, because that's where all of the stuff just starts trickling backwards.
There's different levels of overseed, and Sawgrass just goes to the nth degree every single time, and it's just it's like, let's say it doesn't rain for the next 6 weeks before Sawgrass, or 5 weeks, it's still going to be soggy, and that's the problem.
That I think though is the difference between swampland and desert though. Like that's it's not like I think if the tour could get it to play like this, they would. I don't think
they really want to that badly though.
They'd rather have it green.
They just want it to look like it looks, and I think that, but also I don't know. I look at there's more tightly mown areas at TPC Scottsdale. There's more slope in the greens. Like I feel like Sawgrass has been neutered over the years with there's just less slope in the greens than there was. Even like, granted, like this version of Sawgrass was designed for Bermuda, and it's like they need to amp up the slopes now that it's back to rye, overseed.
I'm trying to think, going back to your question, at least for me, I mean, I think it's in some order, Scottsdale, Sawgrass, Riv are up like a pretty clear-cut top 3.
Muirfield Village could, but like they don't really.
So I have more fun watching Pebble than I do. Maybe that's eye candy. I know, number 4, number 6, number
in a
7, 8.
Yeah, but I go back to where the short grass comes in at Scottsdale. It's like when Muirfield Village gets really firm, it's interesting. And same with Bay Hill, when it gets really firm, it's interesting, but it just runs off into rough the whole time. And that's boring to watch on repeat. Whereas like on Saturday, Rio Hisatsuni, I got that pronunciation right. Boosh, thank you for all the text on that one. Like he hit
weekend.
He had a chip had a chip from over the green, and Trevor was like, he is better off hitting this to 40 feet just because of where that pin sat in a bowl. And I think that was out of thick rough, so that's not the best example. But like how much you had to like start thinking conservatively when you were really
Bjornsson
out of
was
position.
a great example this afternoon, where like he would have been much better off hitting one to 35, 40 feet short of the pin than trying to go at the pin and going long there and making an automatic bogey.
Hideki had a shot today on 11 that we were talking about. He blew it way, if you can believe it, blew it way right. He's in those right trees, a mile in those right trees, and just had to go up and over and land it in the perfect spot, short right of the green, trundle it up perfectly, use the slope on the green, and it was one of those like U.S. Open style. How did he just hit that to 20 feet? That's the greatest shot I've ever seen in my life. And like, as soon as that switch flips in your brain, you're like, oh man, we're watching something.
It's real golf.
Really
ball
good
on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's not like it was impossibly hard. Like,
no,
got her 35 less. You can go.
It's a great combo.
Yeah. It's really, really good. All right. How many majors for Chris Gotterup? Neil's upstairs. We can go ask him if we want. Maybe we could send a message.
Cody, will you go ask him when you get a break time? But we got to see what
it
Neil
feels
says.
like a couple, right?
I don't know.
It feels like Brooks Light.
God, this is where we get in trouble. Everybody needs to chill.
We're already overcommitted.
This is being recorded, and we've already given out all the majors. Scottie's still going to win a bunch. Rory's going to win a
maybe
Rory's
not.
freed up. You know that.
Morikow's got to win 6
more.
Didn't
look like he was on his way to winning majors this week. I don't want to be a party pooper, but I think the over-under's at a half right now.
I agree.
Right? I mean, and I don't know what.
I'll say it's at 1.5.
I mean, that's 2 majors is a fucking lot, man.
Hideki's not there.
No. I'll say he wins 1.
Yeah, I don't know if Hideki's good though. He's like
Hideki's the weirdest golfer ever.
Never. Yeah.
I loved watching him today, man. God, he hits his iron when he's on flight, on song. He hits his iron so straight.
What happened in the playoff? Was that a heckler?
So Gabby Herzig tweeted that it was a security guard like dropped a chair or knocked a chair over.
Overzealous.
Wow. A lot of people were really mad online and saying the PGA Tour owed him an apology and all of that.
Who was the guy this week that got kicked out?
Don't act like you don't know Jack Doherty. I know you're a subscriber.
That's Neil's guy. Neil's a massive.
So I learned that Jack Doherty exists this week. Unfortunately,
you missed the thing a couple years ago when he crashed the McLaren while he was streaming.
This might be DJ's boy down. Sounds
sick
like
guy.
What are we
talking about? What's going on?
I'll give him. I think one major would be incredible.
He's a dog, man.
I do too. I hope he wins 6. I love watching him play, but I'm just like
6 is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just
cool your jets.
We do this a lot. Is all I'm saying. And I think if he wins,
we do it a lot. But I don't think it's like unreasonable to say that this guy could win 1 or 2 majors.
I think you win majors with your iron play. and we just talked about how inconsistent that is. His wedge play is not good. It still is like he's timing it up on the right weeks, and he's getting the most out of those weeks for sure. He's got a long way. He could still drastically improve. I'm just,
I mean, Mr. Dog
Scottie's
Colin Morikawa won a couple majors with good iron play.
Well, that's kind of my thing. Is like it doesn't last forever for everybody. It lasts forever for Scottie seemingly, and that's kind of it. The rest of them are kind of
Gotterup played pretty good
hot streaks
at the Open last year, right?
He did almost win the Open last year. Again, we're in the Scottie era, so that's just
what are you saying? 2? You're 2.
I'm gonna say 1.5 is the over under,
and you're taking the over.
I think over is like plus 200 on that at minimum.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, but 0.5 would be, I think it would be minus to go over that. I would have to think.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, I think we're kind of entering a different era here. We've referred to this previous era as the Scottie major era, but after a tough week like this, like where do we go here with Scottie?
Opening round 73.
Yeah. Everyone was really quick to anoint this guy like the next Tiger, the next Jack, all of that, and to kind of see it falling apart like this, this quickly,
before March, which is going to be major. I think he needs to get it back in form. I don't know if he needs to make a swing change.
He didn't meet with the media on Thursday.
Something.
He got really upset after that chip.
Yeah,
on Thursday
that cost him the tournament.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I have a lot of great memories from the Scottie era.
You're not
That's really good. We were trying to see who could be the first one to break, to just declare it over, and I didn't see you going that way. A lot of good memories from the era that we can look back on. Worst possible week, and he finishes T3.
That was
one shot out of the playoff.
God, dude, it's such a joke. It's such a joke.
Is he gonna win like 10 times this year?
I don't know.
I mean, he literally played as bad as he possibly could have in that opening round, and the field could still barely beat him. It's insane, and it still didn't even seem like he had his A game.
It was
from
Scottie
Friday
and
on.
Steve Wu, and then everybody else.
Did we get an answer from Neil on the over/under for Gotterup? Okay, he is taking care of business. That could mean literally.
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? You doing deals up there?
It's 9:21 Eastern on a Sunday.
He's watching the Turning Point halftime show.
He's watching Jack Doherty videos up there.
Where do you guys want to go next here?
I thought CBS was great. I thought they're feeling themselves. Like there's a lot of commercials. That's not a CBS issue, but when you're locked in watching on a plane, shout out to the Starlink Wi-Fi was great.
That was great.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. When you're watching on a plane, you got nowhere to go. You do notice the commercials, but I loved it, man. They're feeling themselves. They're throwing the ball around. Everybody's kind of yucking it up, but not in a like we're trying to do stand-up comedy. Like Jim Nance is being legitimately funny, making fun of Colt and how he can't win a bet. I really enjoyed that. Trevor was asking. I noticed this specifically. Like he's just asking great golf questions to the on-course reporter. Where's the wind? How far does he need to pitch this? Does he need to land it right of this or left of this? Like it was super additive stuff that like made every upcoming shot a little more interesting and gave you another hook to look at. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just riding high on, a little bit of a great off season, and now we've got some good winners and we got more good events coming up. But I don't know. I hit the CBS music on the Sunday broadcast today. I was ready to rock. It was it put me in a good mood. Johnson Wagner's additive to the team.
I thought they got a little cute with Johnson there.
Well,
a little bit there.
Sure.
It's like, hey, we could either show you a bunch of live golf shots, or we could show you Johnson.
They showed him. They went and sent him out to go putt. The putt that Scottie made from off the green on
not
14.
Johnson's fault. It's just not being put in.
It was just like
succeed.
as a Hideki was like getting like 17.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, might just want to hone.
I feel like, look,
maybe Saturday.
They've got a lot of credit in the bank.
Sure.
I think can we monitor it?
Yes.
I'm not declaring it an issue. Let's just keep an eye on it. Let's put it on the TC's monitor.
They're doing a few too many alley oops and
windmill
dunks, and they're throwing it off the backboard and shit.
We don't want anybody hit their head on the diving board.
Mark Immelman's calling shots on tape a lot.
They're kind of making Johnson the mook, is what they're doing.
For sure. Yeah.
For those that don't know, what behind the scenes here, when we send Neil to do the very zany stuff, like what you want the mook? Yeah, you want the mook to go do that? That's kind of the vibe they're putting out with Johnson.
Yeah, I'm unserious. Okay, cool.
Yo, Josh,
Oh, you guys
put,
making fun of me?
put this hot sauce on your sandwich. See, come on. See how hot it is.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, my tongue's gonna hurt for the next 3 days. Cool.
Did you get your laughs in? Neil said the
One
line
and a
at
half?
1.5.
Is he
That
going
ma-
over
and
or
that-
under?
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if I'd jump off the couch celebrating.
Yeah, that makes me feel good.
That puts
That's
you in
your
line
that's
with
your
Neil.
king. Yeah, that's the side of history you're on.
Should
TC.
I have been rooting for like 3.5?
Yeah, I think that would have. Yeah, that would have made you look a little more
Okay.
sane.
This your king. Rounding out the top 10, Jake Knapp finished 8th. Matt Fitzpatrick.
I love watching Jake Knapp play golf. It was crowded
Oh, you-
leaderboard today. We didn't
you're
get to
gonna
see a ton of
You're
him,
gonna
but
skip over Nikolai Højgaard.
We mentioned him
Okay.
already, TC.
Okay.
We mentioned him very early on that he finished the shot. out
he
of the
mentioned that he
playoff.
made a triple.
Yeah. Pearson Cootie kind of had he had a great start to the week. He went 66, 68, 70, 68. He finished tied for 10th. He is in the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am via the Aon Swing 5. So is Jake
Not
Knapp.
the Fedora 5.
So
Swing
we have a new segment here coming tonight. Rio Hisasune is also in the
The-
Aon Swing 5.
The weekend.
The weekend.
Why is it called the weekend?
I can't remember. Look it up.
Victor Hovland also was in the group that tied for 10th place.
Good to see. I mean, I don't have a ton to add, but good to see signs of life. First start for him this season. You never quite know what you're going to get. I think he's one of those that is let's get him involved more than not. So that was good.
This is per Brian Allane on X, the Everything app. Permission to submit the weekend as a nickname for Hitsatsune. Not blinded by the lights, maybe. And he's got Sat and Sun in his name.
All right, I'm down with the second part. He did
Pretty good.
seem fairly blinded by the lights on the weekend. This weekend, but hey, he's playing great
Sunglasses.
golf. I'm interested to see if he's in the Fedora 5.
That sounds
playing
like
great.
That sounds like a Ravel nickname. Man, you took you like 4 sentences to explain that one, Ravel. I don't know if that's going to really flow off the tongue.
Remember when
He does
Ravel
have
did golf for like 10 days there?
I don't know if I do remember. I think I purposely
I
deleted
think
that
we got. I think
from my brain.
yeah, maybe blocked as a company on Twitter by Ravel.
We are. I got a new segment coming for you here, right here. This is going to be the TC Fedora 5. All right, this is something we're going to do monthly.
Talk about things that are going to take 4 or 5 sentences to explain.
This is the TC's.
Why is
5.
it called the Fedora 5?
That is also we don't know.
Well, no, we do know. This is another one. Neil, this is kind of an Aquaman. I think Neil was trying to make happen because everybody loves. This is going to take
Sounds
so
like
fucking long to
Aquaman
explain.
has happened.
This is going to take so long to explain. So there's a big long running joke that we were always saying, oh, TC always is behind the scenes. He's always wearing these fedoras, but he won't wear them in public. He won't let you take photos of them. But he's got like 30 of them in his closet. That was a very funny joke that Randy
It
and
was super
Solly
funny.
and
You
I
had to be there.
that we have done forever. And so we always will take pictures of people at airports that have fedoras on. Like, oh, TC,
There's TC.
why are you flying to, Wyoming? And so combine that with the PGA Tour has their little flame emojis on around hot rounds. Who's the hottest player on the course? Neil was saying we need to put little fedoras around the guys who are playing the best golf. That
Worldwide.
could be, yeah, and that's TC's Fedora 5. The
Yes.
5 correct me if I'm wrong, but the 5 hottest players in the world right now.
And this
Right,
is
at this
not
moment.
up for debate. This
Yeah.
is
We're here
TC's
to
play
listen.
space. This is you can do whatever you want for your 5 hottest players in the world.
right
Yeah.
now. And this has changed even since we were tech checking for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
This could have even changed in those 2 hours.
Who are your 5
So-
hottest, and in what order?
Well, yeah. So we got a few guys that are invited to the
No.
practice session.
5.
No, DJ told me to do this. Pearson Cootie, Hitsatsune, Scottie, Matt McCarty, Mav McNeely, and Oliver Lindell, the Finnish pillow guy. Like
They're
literally.
just outside. They're just outside.
And then the Fedora 5 is number 5 is a tie between Callum Hill and Ryan Gerard.
They're both ahead of Scottie.
Ryan Gerard didn't play this week.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to do him. 4, Team Rose also didn't play this week. He's got one
Did he slot down? from-
spot left in his trophy case. He's gonna get it next week. Siwoo Kim number 3, Chris Gotterup number 2, number 1 P. Not up for debate.
What did you see? I mean, what Scottie has gone first T3 his last
Trending down. It's
couple
not hot.
starts.
Yeah,
that
and-
was enough to bump him out. of
Yeah,
the
I
top
don't
five.
think that like he's playing to his potential and his talent level.
It's
So this is
three
all-
times worse from first to third. It's three
True.
times worse.
Yeah.
So
He
is
ties
this-
like
He's
six
not
other guys.
trending in a great direction right now.
I don't know if
And he,
this is,
and he didn't meet with the media on Thursday, which I thought was bullshit.
and that's part of the
Yeah.
that's part of the index.
Yeah.
Flame extinguish.
that all filters into who's playing the
Yeah.
best golf right now.
The Finnish pillow guy still wrecked me.
God, I just have so many questions about this, TC. Is it all based on an individual curve? So is it like Scottie is clearly, I shouldn't say clearly. I'm not poking fun of the index.
I mean, Ryan
I think
Gerard's been
Scottie's
hot
probably-
as shit for like 18 months.
Yeah, but I think Scottie's probably playing better golf than Ryan Gerard on a whole. So are you saying Ryan Gerard's best versus Scottie's
No.
best?
You know what, TC? I don't think you have to answer that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
It should be clear.
As your
I
attorney
shouldn't
on
have
this,
to-
like you throw out a lot of stuff, but we
Yeah.
give you your own play space to name your
yeah.
hottest players in the world. Now, when you named Ryan Gerard as one of the hottest players in the world, he's averaging like T50 over the last 6 starts. I threw that into question.
And who else?
But I know a lot goes into the Fedora 5.
T50 over his last 6 starts.
No,
You
back in the
initially
day.
did back
Yeah,
in the day.
Well,
in the
yeah,
day.
I know, but that shows how proprietary my models are.
Who was it? Callum Hill?
Callum Hill. Yeah, he's been in like the top 3 in the DP World Tour like 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Sure.
You feel me?
He's the guy that hit it out of bounds in the
Yeah,
playoff.
yeah,
He
no,
cranks it off
exactly.
the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Also,
How did that affect? his
Also,
ranking?
we had a low Rasmus. We have our low Rasmus.
Well, maybe
back
save that
going
for the
on.
monitoring.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we were talking about that. That's
Look,
great. How often are we going to get updates on the Fedora 5?
monthly.
I thought we were going to do it weekly, but monthly,
Monthly.
I guess.
You can get if you subscribe to TC's Patreon, you can get him real time. He'll text you as they change.
Yeah, I'll put this up on Truth.
This episode is also brought to you by our friends at Loch Lomond Whiskey, is the official spirit of the Open and the Scotch partner of no laying up. Loch Lomond continues to set a high bar in single malt Scotch, earning recognition as IWSC Scotch Distillery of the Year and taking home 10 Best in Class awards, along with more than 70 gold or better medals across their portfolio, including the original 12-year-old and 18-year-old. What distinguishes Loch Lomond is the way they do things differently. Their distillery features a rare combination of innovative still designs and a thoughtful approach to maturation, allowing them to craft a distinctive house style. The result is a balanced, refined whiskey with notes of fruit and honey, layered with just a hint of soft smoke, approachable but full of character. Whether you're unwinding after a round or settling in to watch the Open, Loch Lomond is a natural choice. Learn more at lochlomondwhiskies.com or ask for Loch Lomond at your preferred spirits retailer.
Solly, that sounds like the Fedora 5.
Approachable but full of character.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't
It's
agree
got
more.
a distinctive house
Character is
style.
welcome.
Loch Lomond, hottest Scotch in the world right now.
You guys ready to talk a little bit about the players?
Real quick. Brooks is still getting that Tiger treatment. Missed the cut this week.
Yeah.
I think we can stop giving him the Tiger treatment. All right. We had a devastating miscut from Spieth.
Yeah, can you guys fill me in on this a little bit? I did not get to watch a lot of golf on Thursday, Friday, but I know there was a lot of Spieth chatter internally.
Spieth was 3 under playing the 9th hole, his 18th hole on Thursday afternoon. He was playing nice. I think he was T10 at the moment when this happened. He had to make like a 20-footer for double on 9 just to get in the house at 70, and then pretty much melted down on Friday. Like needed to probably eagle the 17th hole to have a chance, or go birdie to maybe have a chance, I think it was, and then he chipped it into the water on 17 and missed the cut kind of by a lot. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Yeah,
We're so close.
could be his week this week. It's not great. It really is not. But
You know what really made me laugh today when we were having lunch was Neil was talking about Scottie and how, first round 72, 73,
73.
and how he shoots that first round 73 and he's just like, oh, well, obviously it's about to get so much better. And he's like, that it could not be more the opposite of how, and I very deeply relate to this, but he's like, that couldn't be more the opposite of how I think about my game, where I shoot the round of my life, and all I can think is like, oh, it's about to completely fall
it's gonna
apart.
get way worse.
And it's just funny to see Scottie. I'm like, oh, what? I literally am only capable of playing one bad round, and then it's just gonna all be good up to that. It's really funny.
Solly, where were you gonna go next?
The players.
Oh, the play. Okay, real quick. I had another couple PGA Tour news and notes. 123-man field. They couldn't get everybody through on Thursday or Friday. That's tough, guys.
It's tough.
Like, that's unserious, and I get that there's a drivable par 4 on 17. There's a drivable par 5 on 15. It gets jammed up on 16. We don't care.
Those are there every year. Yeah, we're familiar. They're going to be there.
Like, yeah,
got streamers
we know
yelling
the
at
ball
people's
goes too
backgrounds.
far. We know that. But guy, like, can we just? They've leveled
do it.
two.
Don't do it.
Two
Don't do it.
strokes.
We
two penalties in 30 years.
Those have been the only two people that have played slow enough. You see,
We don't have
Since
to do this every winter.
1995.
We don't have to do this every winter. We do not have to. Threesomes off 2 tees, circular traffic. There's nowhere to go. Like there's rules on if you get out of position, you got it, and you get bad times, you will get penalized. And like
why
the
do we
tour
have to go
enforces,
threesomes off of 2 tees on a cut event on Saturday and Sunday?
not enough daylight probably if you want to fit it right in especially not on Sunday when you want to finish ahead of the Super Bowl. Okay. It's a tough time of year with daylight. They've shrunk the field. Like I'm with you. Roll the ball back, play
and
on the
I know
shorter
there's 2
play
extra
space.
mules in the field because of Brooks.
Yeah, and they had uneven tee time. Like there's uneven times on both sides. I would contend honestly, and this isn't me making an excuse for player pace. Like fast greens is only going to hurt this thing. Like you got to mark everything when you blow a putt by like that. It takes forever for these guys to hole out when greens get that fast.
I've been thinking a lot about your slow the greens down take.
Oh, I think it would only help the best iron players, right?
It's interesting.
Also, Morikawa is chipping. Got all the headlines this week. Crazy bad chipping. Gained strokes for the week chipping.
Hey,
he had one very bad
tough
chip
one for the
that was
haters
on TV and making the rounds. It was
what was going on with there's a lot of people. Scottie, best chipper in the world, struggling with chipping in spots. What was going on with the overseed? Did you guys see anything?
We got a note from producer Cody here that said that the fairway height was mowed.
The height of cut?
The height of cut was higher. So a little bit more grass maybe between some of these club faces. It was a little bit wet. I don't know exactly why that would contribute so greatly to struggling with chips, but
whatever's screwing him up.
It looked like it was grainy.
I think whatever's screwing him up, we need more of that. Is kind of the thrust of my point.
Yes. And and Morikawa.
The tour's we will never let that happen again. We are so sorry.
If you miss, just put it on the green.
And Solly, you had a good point earlier. The tour changed their hole locations after the fact, after they put their hole location sheet out on the Everything app.
It was after P1. They decided in honor of P, we're moving a bunch of back right there.
No, they just I think they moved 11 and 18, which to me senses or signals that they are getting close to the edge and that they backed off the edge, which hey, they are testing the limits.
That I don't know exactly why they changed them, but that would be somewhat of my read of like, all right, maybe that they didn't. I doubt they changed it to make it more spicy, when they saw conditions. I think they probably got the dream conditions they wanted and said, we don't need a crazy pin plus the dream conditions. The conditions will take care of the challenge around a lot of these hole locations.
Man, the golf course was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Like, you show some of those scenes of that back nine. I know it's not a crazy feel, but I'm like, man, this feels like one of the biggest, kind of in some ways feels bigger than the players. Just with crowd energy and things of like,
does Golf Channel have live from there?
Let's get to exactly that. Brandel, I'll take the bait. It worked. All right. I get exactly what's going on here. We have the full clip from Mr. Chambly on Golf Channel talking about the best major.
Major worthy.
First of all, we do live from major championships. We've been doing a live from the Players Championship since 2004, since I first started working at the Golf Channel. Just by that mere fact, we give it the attention of a major championship. We give it that prestige. So when you say, should it be a major championship, what constitutes a major championship? Of course, it's history and tradition and reverence and all those things. But at core, these are hard events to win. They're meant to be harder events to win because of the pressure, because of the setup, because everything's right on that line. So they got to be hard events to win. They got to be great fields. They got to produce indelible champions and indelible moments. When you look at the Players Championship, with all due respect to the other 4 major championships, it is the best field in golf. It is the deepest field in golf. And by virtue of the fact that only one person in its 50-year history has managed to successfully defend it, I would argue that it is the hardest major championship to win. All the others have had far surpassing numbers of those successfully defending it. So especially since it moved to the TPC Sawgrass, which in my estimation, save one hole, is perhaps arguably the best golf course that they play a major championship on from a shot values perspective. You can talk about aesthetics all you want, risk reward holes, certainly, but from a shot values standpoint, you cannot touch the TPC Sawgrass. So in every single way that a metric could be used to measure whether something is a major, the Players, to me, stands alone and above all the other four major championships as not just a major. It is, in my estimation, the best major.
A lot there.
The guy's going for it.
The TPC Sawgrass.
I do like that. That's like when
save one hole.
People from the West Coast
save
say like
everybody's
the 5,
favorite hole.
the 10.
The Ohio State University.
I like a lot of what he's saying there, and I want to, as we always do, I want to say this up front. Brandel, keep shooting. I'm Team Brandel forever. I love what he's saying. We need him in the streets, putting up provocative takes because we got to have the conversation. I love it. I agree. I agree with a lot of what he's saying, to be totally honest. I think if you're looking for metrics and you're looking for measuring stuff, I agree with what he's saying about the field. I agree with what he's saying about the golf course. I agree with what he's saying about all of those things. I don't know. It's just a very interesting conversation. The live from like it's hold
on. But if you're talking about field, we got to do pre-live with that. Like pre-live, all this stuff
that's
works.
True. Yeah,
it was the strongest
field
in golf
Yes.
pre-live. Now it's not even.
It's not
remotely close.
Right. You're right. I agree with that. Yeah.
That makes a big
and
difference.
also that was partly because U.S. Open, you have local sectional qualifying. PGA Championship, you have the club pros in the field. Masters is a short field, and then same
past
thing
champions.
with Open Championship. You've got open qualifying there
and past champions.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of that.
Like 2019, you could say like this is the strongest field in golf. You could do this. So this comes around with like the PGA Tour rolls out a commercial this week that says March is going to be major is the new tagline at the end of it.
Solly, ultimately, it is up to our sport and its fans to recognize what the professionals who play the game already know.
That is a comment made by an unnamed tour spokesperson in response to Golf Digest Shane Ryan. It starts with fans and players have long discussed the Players Championship status as a major. We understand that it is not for us to decide. We're just going to put up this commercial that says March is major, but you guys decide. Like you guys made the commercial.
We are talking about it right now.
You did it. Like that's not us. I don't know why you guys keep bringing us up here. Like
it's a little heavy-handed. I feel like we do this every 10 to 15 years, and I think
it's never been this heavy-handed though. It used to be like maybe they would talk to some people behind the scenes,
or somebody would do a think piece.
Yeah, it was never the PGA Tour actually coming out and being like, "This is a major." Sorry, I mean,
no, and I get it. Like I don't know. I feel like they're
a great tournament.
They're trying, like they've made so much progress over the last 5 to 10 years in establishing the identity of this tournament, and then they do this, and it just like we're back to square one, and you almost lose respect for the tournament because it's so heavy-handed. And I get that they sense blood in the water with the PGA Championship.
That's what I was going to say.
And like they don't own any of the four majors or
the Ryder Cup.
And I get that this is like it's a great tournament. I live 2 miles away. It's my hometown event. I love this event. I go every year. Like it's part of the reason I moved to Jacksonville. It's awesome. But at the same time, like if they're all about making this a major championship, then there's some things that they absolutely have to do. And they have to invite P this year, 100%.
And maybe John Rahm and Bryson
and Cam Smith back, all those, I think. But also, like, I think they need to set it up like a fucking major championship then, too.
Yeah, it plays pillow soft no matter what. We've seen a lot of different weather types rolling up into the March Players Championship, and it plays more like a PGA Tour event than does a major in the tournament in terms of difficulty. Like it plays more like a PGA Championship, which is not necessarily a compliment. That's not to say it's still not a great tournament to go in person. The television product is excellent. It's way less commercialized than like take Bay Hill the week before it. They bring out all kinds of bells and whistles. Like
on that front is I don't know if that's NBC just like being nice guys about it to the whole live from conversation. Like we've done a live from here forever. It's like, well, I think maybe the PGA Tour is helping facilitate some of that stuff. I don't know if that's a totally objective decision.
The LPGA says the Evian is a major championship, but also the LPGA also says that Grand Slam winners only have to win 4 of the 5 majors on the women's side, which is outrageous as well. It just feels tacky to have to lobby for it.
It's such a weird one because
they're not lobbying. It's up to us. It's up to us. It is totally. It's up to you guys. It's not us.
Can you both like hate everything about this and also totally understand why they're doing it? Is kind of where I think I find myself. I'm like, I hate this, but I'm also like, dude, you are, we joke about it all the time. It's like you're responsible for giving these players 90% of their income without owning any of the 5 biggest properties in golf. That's a hard place to be. It's so much better for the PGA Tour, for all of these, the equity positions they're trying to create, for SSG, for the broadcast, for all of these, for all the people involved other than the PGA of America. It would be better if the players was a major, right? And it's kind of like, well, how do you get there? And I'm almost at this situation where it's like, you kind of got to like roll this grenade now, start this conversation so that maybe if things come back together 4 or 5 years from now, we get back to a point where we do have the strongest field and everybody is there. Are people more warmed up to the conversation? I don't know.
I don't know. I like the fact that they have it at the same course every year. I like the fact that it's very agnostic as far as skill sets go. I think that they need to let Davis Love cook as far as, hey, bring the bite back to like add some slope back to these greens and bring the bite back and bring some of the rawness and ruggedness to it. But also, like, I don't know if we need a 4th domestic major as well. I think the players in the PGA Championship are much closer together than the PGA Championship is to the next closest major. Like
I agree with that.
The Masters, Open Championship, US Open are so far ahead of the other 4. And that's where I think that you look at the Australian Open on the tennis side 15, 20 years ago was very far behind. They've made up ground. How have they done that? By being innovative, improving their product. I think if the PGA Tour recognizes that, hey, our product is course setup and, just like other elements of the on-course play, then, hey, you know what? Maybe if you're willing to test some things and try some things out, hey, we'll see where you go.
It is interesting. I'd have to think about this more, I guess. But again, I'm just thinking about Brandl's points kind of beat by beat. And it's the defending champion thing has always been a weird thing to beat your chest about to me. I'm just like, well, doesn't that just kind of make it sound fluky?
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, well, at majors, like the best players are always in the top 5 because they're the best players and because they're major championship setups. And isn't that kind of what we should be going for rather than just like, you don't know who the fuck is going to win? It's crazy. I'm like, well, that might win. Yeah, I don't know. The leaderboards are like, even back in the day when the fields were the strongest fields, leaderboards were weird.
Here's what I'll say. Like, yes, the 4 major championships have of course evolved over the years. Arnold Palmer was, integral in creating this structure. I would say either when the Players Championship debuted, it became a major, and now there's 5 majors in golf, or like it can't become one. Like it's going to be super weird for people that follow it like throughout, their lives and their kind of life as golf fans, to be like, oh yeah, Tiger won 2, but they weren't majors yet.
Totally.
We're not going to retroactively give majors to all these guys. So then, when Rory won it the second time, was that a major? I don't remember that. Like what like, it's a mess. Like the majors are the majors, the players is the players, and I just don't. Maybe it is like it's history repeating itself of just this coming up every 10, 15 years or whatever it is. But I'm surprised because I'm very bullish on so much of what the tour is doing and the direction they're heading, the way they're incorporating fan feedback into what they're doing, improvements they're making in the telecast, changes in the competitive structure, shrinking the tour like we've wanted, really feeling like they're investing in the product. They just pull like a live under par move. This is what it felt like, was just you live under par socks on right now. It just felt like that level of eye roll for me. And that was just surprising. I was like, man, I really would have expected this from previous iterations of the PGA
and also
Tour.
The commercial's not very good.
I agree with that. It is a little, there's
look at all these balls in the water on 17.
Yeah, some of the names are not, you and I are big SEP guys. And even that, I'm like, wow, that doesn't fucking seem like a major.
like some of these years
come
too.
on,
Like if the wind doesn't blow, like there's not going to be any balls in the water.
Yeah. So it's just
the best is that Brandel hates that hole, and it's the one that everyone identifies with for this championship. It's so backwards.
I don't know. I feel like I'm talking on both sides of my mouth, but it's a very interesting conversation and a very stupid conversation at the same time. Is kind of how
we're sitting here having it.
I love talking about it.
Definitively say it's not the best major. That's where it entered. Like, all right, this wouldn't have worked as an April Fool's joke, Brandel. Like, it really would not have.
It's like, Brandel, you got to make the whole bit a little bit more believable.
Give TC a call before you're going to engage in a bit.
Also, like Piff, if you guys want an idea, just go down to Australia, make the Australian Open like a $40 million event, which is 1% of what you're spending on LIV every year, and like just say that, like put out a press release and say that that's a major, and have it at Royal Melbourne and Kingston.
They're gonna make LIV Riyadh a major with this idea.
No, but like go do
tack.
that, like make that the global major, and say, you know what, like this is up for you guys to decide. I would be more keen to say, you know what, put up $50 million a year for that, and all the best players go down there. I think that would be more of a major.
Starting to sound like some of those Premier Golf League, golf belongs to the fans.
It does.
Type tweet.
Speaking of things I forgot about, the Premier Golf League gave it a good run, man.
Did they?
I mean, it had a good plan. It was a good plan. Just kind of got bowled over. As we mentioned, P wins for the second time already on the DP World Tour.
Like he goes 2.5 times, right?
1 T2 1. Yeah, he has not been beaten over 72 holes on the DP World Tour in his first 3 starts. Wins by 2 over Callum Hill. News also comes out this week. He's eligible for the Scottish Open since it's a DP World Tour event, and it is also co-sanctioned event. And it's a teeny bit of an illusion. Like, I wonder if P was playing the PGA Tour during this last stretch, does his record look a little bit more like Siwoo Kim's looks like? Maybe, potentially, but the dude's clearly entered a level of play we have not seen from him over the last
Siwoo Kim
several years.
Is third
in the Fedora 5.
Fedora 5.
Correct.
Yeah.
I should.
That's 3 times worse than P. You know.
But it's. I wish he could come back right now. Like, this is the whole point. I think all of us have that want to see the best players in the world all get together. It's like, I don't even want to have to qualify what he's doing right now. I just want to see him. I want to see him in Phoenix playing against all of these guys.
We were talking about this. We need a Battlefield promotion. DP World Tour Battlefield promotion. You win another one, you're in.
I floated that out there. A lot of people believe that's actually a thing. So
people are like,
so if he wins the Magical Kenya Open in a week and a half or 2 weeks, you're telling me that like he gets into Bay Hill.
No, my friend TC told me that he's back in.
That might get Used Golf Facts back out. If he wins a third time and doesn't get the promotion, she's going to think that he got discriminated against yet.
For sure.
That could be it.
Keep
that up.
Yeah. Facts.
If he wins again, throw some ats at her and see if she.
I watched a lot. I probably watched as much of the Qatar Masters as I did the. No, I swear. No, it was awesome.
You were weighing in.
I was up early.
One person's like, "Yo, the action in Qatar right now is great."
It was
TC,
so good.
I gotta take your word for it, man.
Oliver Lindell, like that guy's electric. But then they've got those little rock bunkers. They look like little grottos, like little patios that are.
It looks like the St. Andrews Wilkett Bridge.
It's
patio.
Awesome. They're so penalizing. Like, guys have to take unplayables from them. And they're right off the green. The greens roll right into them.
He's gonna be taking his next buddy's trip in Qatar.
That's like the Golf Digest when they did the
golf.com. I think.
Or that was golf.com. Yeah. The buddy's trip to Saudi Arabia.
Then you were calling him golf.com.
Those were simpler times. No, but so I was up early watching the Winter Olympics in Qatar Masters.
You want to talk about Lindsey Vonn? You were.
It was awesome.
Well, it wasn't awesome.
No, I mean, like what a way to go out.
You were moved by this.
It was like she doesn't have an ACL.
It's crazy.
And she crashed, and then they tow line helicoptered her out on a gurney, and like that's it. That's her career. Like, what a way to
just. It's like a novel.
Yeah, and like honestly, the thing that I think about is like the cat.
Well, we were talking about it today. I feel like that's just been memory hold. But all golf fans, Lindsey Vonn and Tiger, the ski mask, the missing tooth.
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
Like that's what they
Talk
should have
about
done to
simpler
Tiger
times,
at Torrey
man.
Pines. Like that's the equivalent, right? Like there's no Masters win.
He won though.
He did win, I know, but then like they
After he
helicopter him off
after he made the cut at the 20 was it after the 2022 Masters, he made the cut. Yeah. After he finished that, they should have just brought him off.
Yeah, that's probably a better
Airlift him out of there. Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought that was wildly admirable. The downhill, it's such a pure race. Like you got to get down to the bottom of the hill as fast as you can.
Whoever gets down,
it doesn't matter
fastest
how.
wins.
You just get down fast. It's awesome.
What were you talking about, Sully? Where Qatar Masters?
Yeah, I don't know. It's time to move on. We'll give a shout out to our friends at SoFi, the ultimate finance app, for sponsoring today's SoFi Get Your Money Right moment. You can go to SoFi.com/NLU to learn more about how you can get your money right with SoFi Plus. DJ, do you have a little SoFi Get Your Money Right for us?
You know who got their money right this week? Straight up, no bit, no anything. It was a LIV Golf thing. Elvis Smylie was in the position to make a move to LIV Golf. Probably got a nice little chunk of change for moving over there, and immediately saw dividends. I think he finished, I put it in my notes, 23rd or something? In
23rd on the Race to Dubai.
Last year. Very good season as a 22-year-old out on the DP World Tour. How much do you think he made for finishing 23rd on the Race to Dubai?
600,000 euros.
Because the tournament he won was the Australian
That's a bad guess.
Open, and I think that was like a $250,000 or $300,000 win.
I think it was like €1 million.
Yeah.
For winning, and today he won 5.7 against a pretty bad field, including a share of the team.
5.7 for first place now.
Yeah, they upped it to 25 million.
And that is a say what you want about LIV Golf, but I think our guy got his money right. It was kind of my thing. I don't think he's making that if he's cleaning up at the Qatar Masters this week.
I think your guy Brad Clifton at the
there was
Australian Golf Digest.
My guy needed to take a cold shower after that victory in this Australian Golf Digest. Just an absolute victory lap for this is the greatest move ever made in the history of golf. The whole world was watching this young man shoot down John Rahm and at night
under the lights.
It was just, I never will quite understand rooting for somebody else's bank account, but it was just a frothed up piece.
Listen to the start of this. Talk about taking care of business in a flash.
Shout out to Neil what he was doing upstairs.
For years, the script around LIV Golf has been depressingly predictable. Sellout, Saudi money, career suicide, talented young players taking the check and torching their futures. Elvis Smylie wasn't immune. He copped his fair whack after joining Cam Smith's Ripper GC team in January. Well,
everybody at the bar was like, "Can you believe Elvis Smylie went to LIV? That's crazy."
Well, Smylie just tore that script up under the lights in Riyadh and tossed it into the desert. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
the world was watching.
But I will say, I mean, genuinely, we talked on our episode on Tuesday, Solly, when we were talking about the world rankings news and some of that stuff. We're kind of like, man, this is a path for some of these young players to go skip the line a little bit. And if you can, the points are so top heavy. The money is so good. Like it is a genuinely compelling strategy for young players like him to go over and, I keep using that phrase, but skip the line a little bit to earn money, to get some ranking points. I think he's up inside. He's kind of zeroing in on like the top 60-ish.
Well done OWGR with this. Skip the line. Like listen to what they've this.
I hope that's not an unfair characterization of what's going on here.
But they're doing top 10.
Yes.
And because it's only top 10, the distribution to those top 10 is higher.
It's
than
strong. I mean, it's like you win. Like Scottie was one shot out of a playoff at the Waste Management Phoenix Open with a field rating in that event about 3 times higher, more than 3 times higher than the LIV event. And I believe because Scottie was in a T3 split with a lot of people, Elvis Smylie got more world ranking points than Scottie did this past week, despite there being 5 players in the entire LIV field that have a half stroke, true strokes gained or better. Like that's the distribution. And I just and then literally we went over this on Tuesday, but literally in the OWGR statement, it like acknowledges the shortcomings that LIV Golf has and is giving 23 points to the winner. And like Elvis Smylie went from like one in the 130s to around 80 the last I looked in the world ranking, and like with some more success could play his way into the Masters by skipping the 23rd on the DP World Tour last year. Did he magically become that much better of a player on LIV Golf, gets to jump that many spots? I think OWGR has got some problems on their hand. I mean, We'll get into some of the LIV golfers don't necessarily agree, of course. But man, I remain stunned by all of this.
I think the kind of macro LIV golf thing, though, that still I still think everything I think about the young players. This could be a good pathway. This makes a lot of sense. I still don't totally get how that's just a path to some takeover of the golf world, right? Where it's like you're still kind of. I just don't think anybody's. Australians probably yes, but I don't think a lot of people around the world are tuning in to watch Elvis Smylie or Michael Lasasso or some of these players that are trying to get their money right and kind of jump
Cam
up a
said
couple
that
spots.
Cam said that Elvis had the potential to be the number 1 player in the world, though.
He did. Yeah, I want to live in a world where words matter. Do you see? Like you wouldn't even have said that. You would not have even said that.
He's not even in the
He's not even in your five.
Who was Mr. Irrelevant this week? Who was the 11th player that didn't get world ranking points?
I hope it's Gooch.
It was Gooch. He was solo 12, minus 16. Yeah. You want to do LIV Corner now, or you want?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Thus concludes Get Your Money Right.
Yes, that is a shout out. You can go to SoFi.com/NLU to learn more about how you can get your money right with SoFi Plus. Let us know if you want to nominate somebody else for the Get Your Money Right moment.
Let's see. Well, first of all, shout out to Ripper GC. You guys know I have a soft spot in my heart for Ripper. Tough week for the High Flyers this week. High Flyers
on and off, of course.
Yeah, Phil didn't make the trip. We'll get there. The High Flyers finished 55 shots back of Ripper GC. Ripper GC was minus.
That's 72 holes, cuts both ways, man.
Yeah, Brendan Steele was the only player in the entire field to finish over par. He was 4 over.
Talk about a name I have
not thought
about in a while.
Also, I just thought it was very interesting that the 5 wild card players in the field, some of whom are wild cards because LIV is racist against the Japanese guys, are they all finished T22 or better.
It's also night golf. Is this even real golf? Does this count?
Right? Yeah, it's crazy. All right, what else we got? The Cleeks stink right now.
Yeah,
they were second to last.
Just right now.
Yeah, just right now.
Okay.
They did sign a water deal with Icelandic Glacial.
They were the runner-up and Get Your Money Right.
Yeah, the Cleeks did.
Oh, that's congratulations.
Yeah, they got a water deal.
Super quick. Can a team qualify for the Fedora 5?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think if they
something to maybe watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We had the Legion 13 ring ceremony after they won their
put the banner up.
Yeah, there was the banner raising.
Yeah,
in Riyadh there. Did you see the Lasasso versus Blandy?
This was fucked up, DC. That you cannot ride for your guy. This was sociopathic.
Wait, you think Blandy was in the wrong?
Yeah, it was psychotic.
Literally everyone.
Everyone
in the wrong here.
Can you explain what happened?
Yeah, Lasasso stood on the tee box for like 12 seconds after he hit his
very normal amount
ball.
Of time. He hit his ball. He's watching
nighttime.
it, watching it land, and Blandy just gets in his face. It was what Neil vowed not to do, because Neil's had a problem with this in the past, getting a little too. It's my time. I'm gonna crowd the tee box. Get the fuck out of the way. I'm trying to tee it up. He did not want to do this. Blandy apparently taking the opposite tack. He's leaning in.
Listen, pace of play. You can't have it both ways. Blandy wants to play fast.
Maybe if more guys were doing that, we would have finished Phoenix.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Anyway, Lasasso. This is Lasasso's first event. He's a rookie. He's a young buck out there.
Where did he finish this week?
He finished like middle of the path.
Where'd Blandy finish?
Not good.
Oh.
It was bad. It wasn't a good course fit. They're going to Adelaide this week. What else?
Different course.
OWGR whinging. Anything else you want to get there?
Yeah, we have some quotes. I think this was from TC's boy Flushing It. I posted this video
up, baby.
on the Everything app. John Rahm was asked about the injustice the LIV golfers were served. Here is I believe his full quotes.
Yeah, it's fantastic that we're getting points. It's fantastic that we're being recognized in a way. With that said, I don't like how we're not being treated the same as every other tour. It seems like the rules that have been in place don't really apply to us. With only 10 of us getting points, it doesn't seem fair. The small fields out there throughout the course of the year that get full points, or full players get points, right? So there's work to be done. There's work to be done. While it's good for some people, it could cause some players to actually lose world ranking points instead of gain them, because finishing 11th is basically a miscut, and we're already adding to the divisor. But I'm thankful that I would say LIV Golf got their foot on the door, and there's a possibility for us to walk in the room and be recognized as a tour as we should be.
Hey, I think I'm remembering this right. I feel like those guys were advertising pretty hard about how different their tour was. I feel like that was a pretty big selling point. Like, you guys just don't get it.
Yeah, but now they're playing 72 holes.
Now they're back to 72 holes, but you just don't get it. Our fields are smaller. Everything's contained. We have this team aspect of it. Like, to pull that, I don't get why we're being treated different than other tours. And he cites the rules when, like, literally you don't. They have the rules and you don't follow them. And they said that in the statement and still gave you points. It's just like, I can't do this round anymore. Like, the whole round of whinging, like, I'm on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, of course, of whether or not I think they should have got any points. And to whinge and whine about this from a guy like Rom that I really respect, like, just should not be there. That just rubbed me really the wrong way. I shouldn't get this worked up about it, but I obviously am. And I just can't deal with this propaganda. I just cannot.
There's nothing to add. Fully aligned.
He did bring up a decent point on the top 10 in the distribution. I had not thought of, like, now if you finish 11th, it's not like it gets a start added to you. And so if you're playing on other tours and you get a finish 11th in a LIV Golf event, that is going to hurt your ranking. So, which it should probably, if you're not beating, most
kind
of the
a
field.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Which I think is, again, I think the point for LIV would be, like, you don't give a shit if Anthony Kim gets into majors. Like, you're trying to get Tyrrell Hatton and John Rahm and Bryson and Cam Smith, and like, you're trying to get those guys into majors, right?
Which that still could do through special exemptions. All
for
of you,
sure, yeah.
That's why
but
they
I'm
didn't
saying,
have to
like,
do this.
I think you only care about the guys that are going to be in the top 10 a lot.
I guess
they also opened it up for Elvis Smylie. Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, you didn't have to do this.
What's the point of the OWGR?
So the OWGR is the 4 majors, TC. It's the PGA Tour, and it's the DP World Tour, and it's the Worldwide Federation of International Tours or something like that. Like, a lot of other tours fall up into that one, but it's those seven people that are on the board that represent the official OWGR. They have come up with a criteria that across the world, if you're going to play in golf events and earn points to try to qualify to play in those events, if a top 50 in the world ranking gets you in the players, can get you into PGA Tour events, it'll get you into majors, it'll get you into the Masters, it'll get you in the U.S. Open. Your world ranking can get you into these events. They unify the standards across the world to say, if you want to earn points to qualify, if you want to play in our events, our system, you got to earn points through tournaments like this. LIV went way out of that, and they very clearly said, like, you're not going to get points. After 4 years, they did start giving them some, but there's still this notion out there of, like, the majors need to throw the OWGR out. Like, the majors are the OWGR. Like, it's their system to decide how they're figuring out who qualifies for their events.
All I'm saying is, if you're playing devil's advocate, and the point of the OWGR is to figure out who's playing in the majors, and there's a few guys on LIV that are playing good golf, wouldn't you want to figure out how to determine who on LIV is playing good golf?
The U.S. Open had, like, literally made a special exemption for LIV of, like, the top player,
one guy
that's not already qualified, like, that on the list gets a special exemption into that. Hasn't the Masters given special exemption to LIV players too?
For sure.
Joaquin Neiman got a special exemption in the Masters. Like, if I was them, I'd rather be in full control of who I actually want.
Totally.
Versus, like, that. Like,
well,
again, I don't want to pick on Elvis Smylie.
They want 12 guys in, not one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, like, I don't want to pick on Elvis Smylie, but I don't think, like, you want to create the incentive if you are, a whatever player coming out of college to say, all right, I can go beat that field. It's really only like 30 guys over there, and I can jump from 100 in the world to knocking on the door, getting in the Masters.
Is that any different than what Brooks Koepka and Peter Uihlein did coming out of college?
I mean, they played full DP World Tour events that people qualified for.
Yeah,
like
but against weaker fields.
Yeah, that the points reflected the weaker fields.
They're pretty manipulative back then, though.
That was bad back then. Yeah.
There's only one ranking system I can think of that incorporates all these tours.
The Fedora 5.
Yeah, seamlessly.
Thank you, guys.
You should start. But can non-golfers get in the Fedora 5?
I don't know if TGL golfers get in the Fedora 5. I don't know.
Who are the TGL golfers even?
Is it just isolated to males, or can females get in the Fedora 5 too?
These are all questions.
Yeah. We could have found out if Craig Kessler wouldn't have been worried about injuries.
That would have been a great way to move up the rankings. Yeah.
Phil Sable news is this next part of the agenda. Federal investigators have subpoenaed Texas-based oil driller Sable Offshore Corp following a report from Hunter Brook Media that the company selectively disclosed information to investors, including Phil Mickelson. This is just on the monitoring list.
When I told you a couple months ago, did you invest or not?
I did not.
Okay.
Did you?
I did not.
A lot of people reaching out about the Bitcoin week and the crypto week. Still hodling. Still stacking sats.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
not
man.
even remotely fearful about
Hell
that.
yeah,
Great time to
dog.
buy. TC, did you buy your coin yet?
I
this
did
week?
not.
Are you going to?
Eventually, when it falls to like 48 or 49.
Wait, I hope it doesn't then. This is an interesting little interview from Bryson. This is from the Frosty Golf Twitter account. Just Bryson being
Frosty
Bryson.
Dixon Golf.
But
No, man.
he's got some updates on some equipment stuff he's been working on.
Did you get it in the bag in time?
I didn't, unfortunately. So it's being worked on. It's a longer process than we thought, and but it's close. We got a set of irons, and they're close, but not there yet. The driver, I actually have it here this week. I haven't sent it to the USGA yet, but we're just messing around with it, and won't be using it. But it's a great step in the right direction. It's given me probably 20 more yards of distance at least. It's pretty wild, and it's the right CT numbers and everything. So it's pretty wild what we've done with it.
The iron game obviously was a bit of an issue in the big moments for you last year. Do you feel like this new set is going to give you more comfort?
100%. The new design is going to help on the heel. We flattened it on the toe. It's the same curvature. So I really do believe it's going to enhance my game out there because it's close. The irons are close, but it's ultimately prohibiting me from being the best I possibly can be.
Wow.
Just sounds like some more great developments. Just 20 more yards of distance and self-correcting irons on this front, but 20 yards farther. We'll see. Not yet approved by the USGA. I would love to understand how this is getting done.
Shout out to manufacturing, though.
It's true.
All right, I think it's time officially for the TC monitoring list. How many items are on the TC
I
monitoring
got
list?
10
this week?
things for you. 10-ish things. I don't want to
See if anything pops up
Yeah.
when we start.
First things first, I want to give a shout out to the Corn Ferry Tour. Great leaderboard down in Colombia this week at the Astara Golf Championship presented by MasterCard down at the Fundadores course down in Bogota. James Nicholas prevails. Eagles 72nd hole to he shoots 66 on the weekend
to win
to beat the Panda Norman
Zhang
Zhang by 2. Carson Young was 3rd. Jackson Suber, aka the Detective, was 4th. So very, very good leaderboard there. I love this section of the Corn Ferry Tour schedule. You've got the Argentinian Open coming up here in a couple weeks.
Jockey Club.
They go to Chile after that. Love it. So LPGA loose ends. Anything else on the Craig Kessler? I know he came on the podcast earlier this week. I think the one thing that if he was concerned about players getting hurt, why did they send the 8 players who hadn't finished yet out?
So yeah, I wish I would have maybe probed a little bit harder on that part. But here's what I guess we had a great conversation with Craig. He was pretty upfront about some mistakes that were made. He wasn't extremely specific on what the actual mistakes were. I think that was probably intentional from his standpoint, but I think he did raise a hand to say things did not go the way they wanted and they had screwed up. If I'm going to read between the lines on what happened here, was they're concerned about safety. Players are in their ear about safety, worried about being frozen ground, whatever that might be. I think they would say privately, like, we made the wrong call to too early say it's 54-hole tournament. And once you've made that call, you can't undo it. We're sticking to 54 holes. That was made early afternoon, late morning, sometime that was kind of too
between
early.
11 and noon, I think.
So that's the mistake. So now we're in a new world after we've made that call. Starts to warm up in the afternoon. Celebrities come off the course, say the course is fine. Now we got to get 54 holes in.
What a sentence, just by the way.
Yeah. Course is safe.
Marty Fish is saying it's totally cool.
Hanukkah says
Hanukkah saying something didn't help. But now you got 8 players to finish to get to 54 holes, or else you got to delete the 3rd round in there and make it a 36-hole tournament. I think if you injected them with truth serum, they would have said, man, I wish we'd have just at least gotten as much golf as we could have in this afternoon, finished on Monday. We made a mistake here. But course is safe enough now to send the remaining 8 players out to finish round 3.
To be clear, the course was 100% safe the whole time.
Totally. And I think that they're balancing, like, hearing from players that didn't think it was safe. And, you know, I think that's a learned lesson. Again, I'm kind of filling in the blanks for them here to say, like, yeah, maybe we need to stand up to our players and say, no, get out there and play for your sponsor and to be on network television and all that. Like, it did not go great. I think they know it didn't go great, and we're willing to in some way raise a hand and say, here's what kind of went wrong. But that's me calling in between the lines of how that played out. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think Craig put his hand up, ate some shit on behalf of his players, I think.
Yes.
Who, you know, many of whom didn't want to play and probably should have been told tough shit, like, you know, get out there. And I don't think that's going to happen again. And it seemed like they exposed a bunch of their bad processes, you know, from an operational perspective as well. So
I think only other thing for me, I'm probably beating a dead horse for anyone who follows the LPGA closely, but it was more one of my big takeaways was just the schedule stuff, and again, like how far they still have to go on that, where even if you had the greatest Sunday ever and you had, you know, Nelly won, but even if you had her holding off Lydia Ko and Amy Yang and Lottie Woad and all these people that were up there, you had the greatest finish ever on Sunday. It's like, well, it's still going to be what, 2 months, a month and a half before
about 6 weeks
before we see Nelly again. And it's like, you know, for all the momentum that was cost, I'm almost like, I don't know if it really was, because it's really hard to get momentum going, at least here in the States, when it's like you immediately take a couple weeks off, then go to Asia for a month, and then, you know, come back. So just a lot of learnings, I guess, or a lot of questions.
I think all you need to do is listen to Nelly's interviews and presser to know that, like, she didn't want to play golf. She said it out loud. I want to give a special shout out to Peacock, who's forcing a commercial on anyone who hops into an Olympic stream, even if you're joining midstream of a commercial break already. So you get a commercial into a commercial. I just want to shout out Aunt Molly and the whole gang over there. There was a pretty shocking piece in The Athletic this week about the mastermind behind NBC's Olympic transformation. Quote, "She is a visionary," by Andrew Marchand. So we are not in Kansas anymore. The Africa Am took place this week at Royal Johannesburg. Jack Buchanan of South Africa won by 6 shots over 3 of his countrymen, who finished T2, and then Lisa Kutzer of South Africa won the women's comp. They get into, I think, the Dunhill Links.
Really?
Yeah. The Am, a few other tournaments. So
I'm not up on the Africa Am. I need to. I'm glad you're monitoring.
No, and neither are the USGA and Augusta National. Like, they don't get into the Masters or anything like that. So it's kind of but I don't think it's a very deep event as of yet. So PGA of America, new CEO.
Yeah.
Terry Clark. He was the CMO at United Health. DJ, why do you think he wanted to take this job?
We're not doing that, TC.
Come on, TC.
We're not doing that. Don't know anything about him. Wish him all the best. Someone's got to clean up the toys that are kind of strewn about the room.
He seems like a real adult.
Yeah, seems like it. Don't know. I don't think I would want to work as a marketing official for United Health. Right about now, I think golf seems like an easier product to sell than health insurance. So welcome to the squad.
Yeah.
Terry.
No quotes from Don Ray, and the Nathan Charnes was.
What more can I say?
Was featured there. Don just being sidelined the whole 9 months before his term ends.
I don't know what else Don could have to say right now. I think he's just.
Well, there's still one more thing to add on to that. Actually,
if I may.
I thought there were like 31,000 people
sure. Hanging on his every word. I know.
Ryan Ogle, the former tournament director for the PGA Championship at Valhalla, future Ryder Cup.
Aronimink, you meant.
Or yeah, Aronimink. He's headed to Churchill Downs as their kind of head of sales and everything. So very long-winded thing on LinkedIn there. Mr. Player, not happy about Aronimink cutting down trees.
Yeah.
Just another thing. He's not happy with Gil Hanse.
He's consistent on this.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. He said it's still a magnificent golf course, but people have been advising these clubs incorrectly. They They say they want to get the golf course back to its original state. So does this mean that all golf courses cut down every tree?
Makes you think.
Yeah, it does. What else we got? We've got cool story. Terry Eady Caddy was carrying some clubs the length of New Zealand.
I saw
for
this.
charity.
Unreal.
This was courtesy of the BBC. I don't. My subscription ran out. I got.
Well, we wish him all the best.
Yeah, Dougie. Dougie's his name. Going from Mangavai all the way down. We've got. Let's see. We had a proposal at the Good Desert Open. Do you see this?
If you lean forward just a little bit. There we go.
I need you to lean in. TC.
Buzzing's
Sheryl
back.
Sandberg. I did see this. I think, yeah. Best wishes to the couple. I don't know if my wife would be my wife if I proposed her at the Good Invitational, but I hope it works for them.
I think she would.
You think?
It's true love.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I should try it. Maybe we should renew our vows.
I want to give a shout out to Dylan DeChair's warm-up convo with Spieth. I don't know if you guys watched this week. It was great. I feel like we're entering Spieth SCN here, and it was delightful.
What makes you feel that way based on the conversation?
No,
we had
I feel
an
like
hour
just
ago?
Spieth SCN coming to Pebble Beach. And we're going to talk to him this week and all that stuff.
Sure. I see.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's about to win or anything. I think DB Straight Vibin and Mav McNeil are going to go to a playoff this week.
I love it. Neither of them are even in the Fedora 5.
Guys, this last thing I've got. This is like the main. This is the main event for the podcast this week.
Okay.
I can't believe we haven't gotten here yet. Adam Schupack's weekly mule drop in his column featuring Ryan Moore. I mean, this is as good as it gets. I mean, Solly, where do we go here? There's so much to dig into.
But it's kind of the same thing that's been in a lot of these. But yeah, the quotes from Ryan Moore, and I'm not giving you all of them, but he said talking about going back to the Korn Ferry Tour, being in a position, being a past champion, trying to play out of status like that. He says, you don't get anything, and that's so different for me. I feel like the first 10 years I was on tour, they appreciated people in my position who had been there, done that. They did everything to kind of create some playing opportunities for past champions. They appreciated that player a lot more. Now they're like,
this is what Liv's very good at.
Now they're like, what have you done for me lately? Please go away. Go away as fast as you can. You mean nothing to us. Like that's how I feel. My issue with everything they've done is they just throw everything out there, claim there's a trickle down, but it doesn't trickle down past 20 players. Everything the tour is doing is working against you, and you feel like you're beating your head against the wall. He's talking about going on to talk about the Korn Ferry Tour. He said, make that sort of nice place to fall down to. I would have so much less issue if there was some developmental tour where more than a handful of guys can make a living. Am I going to go lose money on Korn Ferry so I can play against a bunch of 20-year-olds who hit it 50 yards farther than me? It doesn't make any sense. What about that makes any sense except I might be able to work my way back. That's not a great system for me toward getting back my way back on. So that's why I'm not doing it. The tour has done nothing to actually support people that are scrapping and fighting, trying to make it. It's very, very silly, everything that they're doing.
So he's saying that if he goes down to the Korn Ferry Tour, he can't beat these guys and get back to the PGA Tour.
At golf.
Okay. And so that's not fair.
It's not a safe landing place for him. He's kind of in that no man's land of and there's more stuff about how he told Monahan the Champions Tour age should go down to 45 because there's all these guys.
What happens to the 60-year-old Champions Tour guys?
I'm sure they probably don't want it to go down to 45.
I think we should create another tour.
Yeah. Super senior.
And then what happens, like, let's say that the tour created tournaments that were opposite the majors or big events that created playing opportunities for these guys to tee it up. And let's say they put up, $3.5, $4, $6 million for these. Would Ryan Moore go tee it up in those?
It sounds like it. Why are you asking, TC?
Well, he didn't because he wanted to sell shoes instead. Which like the whole thing just missed me with all of this.
No, but you don't understand, TC. He's not good at golf anymore, and he still wants to make money playing golf. What don't you understand about that? Why isn't the tour going out of their way to make that happen?
Does the tour have a pension? Seems like
it's just crazy to me that like does the NBA say, you know what, like this guy's not good at basketball anymore. We are going to allow him to play for the next 4 or 5 years. And you know what? We're going to send him down to the G League but we're still going to give him $3 or $4 million a year. It's fucking insane.
Ryan Moore career earnings.
Oh, so much.
Probably $28 million.
Over.
Deej?
41.
$34.4 million.
Okay. Let me split the difference, TC.
I just don't understand it, guys.
It's a lot of money for playing golf, man. I don't know. I don't get it either.
He was great. He was a Ryder Cupper, like really, really good player.
One of the best amateurs ever.
Victim of the new era of distance. He says it up loud.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are hitting at 50 past me. I can't beat them. I think he's looking a little too closely at the pure economics of going down and playing the Korn Ferry Tour. Like, you're not supposed to make a fat living on the Korn Ferry Tour. It's supposed to be
they don't want guys hanging out on the Korn Ferry Tour
to get to the next. Yeah,
that's what half the guys in his position have said. We don't want the Korn Ferry Tour being a place where guys can make a living. Like,
yeah, we need it to be. Yeah,
it's either or.
Adam Hadwin's down there, like trying to make his way back to the PGA Tour. He's not as old as Ryan Moore, but like, yeah, that's what happens when you lose your status. You go down there and you play. If you beat him, you're right back on there playing for $15 million a week, $11 million a week.
Bottom line, these guys need to keep talking to Adam Schumacher.
I know. Shout out to Adam. He continues to get them to say things that they should never say out loud to reporters, but they keep doing it. It's the best. So that's going to just about do it for tonight's show. We have a massive week coming up here at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, a massive content slate. We're going to be live on the range like we have been the last couple of years. That's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Got a bunch of guests rolling through. So that's a 3-hour live show on Wednesday from the range. Going to be breaking down the week, previewing it, playing a lot of games and whatnot. And then we're doing something different this year. On Thursday, we're going to be doing a live watch-along during the Thursday coverage. Probably going to be around the 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern time zone, maybe 2 to 4 on the West Coast. Going to depend on a few things there, but we're going to be at the AT&T house and just watching some coverage. It's going to be like guys naming dudes. We're just going to play some games. We're going to have some fun, maybe send Neil out to do some stupid stuff. It's going to be really fun. We got a bunch of great video drops coming this week, a bunch of social media content coming as well. I'm really looking forward to the week.
What else are you doing on Thursday?
I received an extremely late invite also to play in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So I will be teeing it up somewhere at Spyglass or Pebble on Thursday. Maybe Cypress. I don't know.
Playing in the celebrity portion, I should say. Not
correct.
Playing. You're not getting one of the Brooks Koepka sponsor exemptions.
Yeah. I am on my number. I was first alternate.
Shit, man, we were going to invite Brooks, but you're telling us we can't do that. I guess we'll invite Solid.
No, they invited Brooks. They got 2 more amateurs into the field, actually.
Lanto and Solid.
So I'm greatly looking forward to that. Very, very last minute games, not quite in shape, but we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And got some great caddies coming out with me. I think that's gonna be some great content. And you'll be we'll bring a lot of that very upfront via our social channels as well. So
it's good social.
We're gonna get extremely so. It's gonna be we have a lot of meetings to cover before that, and it's one of the best weeks of the year. We're really looking forward to it. We appreciate AT&T having us out, and this is gonna be our best slate ever that we've had of content. So
we got a new podcast Monday evening.
New podcast coming Monday evening. New deep dive series. We took a dive into the 1994 PGA Tour season. I know we've done a lot of different deep dives over the years. This is one we've wanted to do for years. Where I was looking for a year to start in the 90s somewhere. We landed on 94. A lot of crazy fun stuff happens that year. Dean Beeman takes over. There's the FTC investigation.
No, Tim Fincham takes over.
Dean Beeman takes, he that's his last year of commissionership. Tim Fincham takes over. There's an FTC investigation. Greg Norman World Tour. All kinds of stuff.
Strike year
happens in 1994. The Expos got screwed. Yes. Great deep dive. That's coming out Monday night, so look for that as well. And we'll also have a video out on Wednesday. TC took a trip to Vegas to go up in a plane with a certain pilot, one Mav McNeely,
Captain McNeely,
and we got it all on tape, and it is exhilarating stuff. So we're really excited about all the content this week. TGL this week. I know you're really excited about this.
We got 3 of the 6 guys playing this week aren't even on these teams. We've got Luke Clanton, Neil Shipley, Minwoo Lee. I think that's what
team is that?
I don't even know. I think that's the Bay.
I think that's the Bay.
Going against Finau, Fleetwood, and Sahith. So super cool there. I'm just anybody can play for anybody at this point. It's like the NIL era of PGL.
I feel like everybody kind of slowly wandering away from the purpose-built SoFi system, or the SoFi Center to just be like, oh yeah, I can't make it that week is kind of the saddest. Would be the saddest route TGL could go here. But yeah, that's kind of a heavy.
So that's tomorrow night.
Opposite a signature event on the West Coast is had to be a tough time slot to fill.
No shit, man. That was kind of the whole point.
So Sahith, Tommy.
Well, Sahith just got in on a sponsor exemption.
Yeah.
So Sahith will be playing at this. That
no, he will be. Fleetwood's playing Pebble. They're gonna fly.
Oh
they're gonna fly out to
God.
Pebble that night or Monday morning
Oh
Tuesday morning.
Oh my God.
This is your boy, Solly.
Not okay. Another top 20 this week, I think. TJ's getting nervous.
Anyways,
that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Who won the Super Bowl, by the way?
I think the Seahawks. 29-13 final.
Yeah. All right.
No spoilers.
I saw 2 plays of the whole thing, I think, but that's part of the job. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Seahawks.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Please join us for live shows this coming week. We are very, very, very excited about it. And crack on. Cheers.
Cheers.